redefine your relationship with energy, save you money, and get you on the path to a cleaner, greener future. JFW Renewables, your nationwide solar energy specialists. Call us today for a greener tomorrow.
Pension auto-enrolment will soon be introduced. This means that all full-time workers over the age of 23 earning more than €20,000 per year must contribute to a pension, and employers must contribute. What are those pension entitlements, and is there independent advice available? The Q Financial Pension Team are experienced in advising both employees and employers of the positive and affordable options available for your situation. Call 091 421 900 or log on to qfinancial.ie.
Q Financial, qfinancial.ie.
Based in Clare, Galway, OMA Financial Services Limited, trading as qfinancial.ie, is an authorised independent pension intermediary regulated by the Central Bank of Ireland.
Welcome on into the Galway Senior Football Championship. It's a round 2 fixture here in Tuam Stadium on a beautiful Saturday evening. Welcoming everybody, whatever club you're following. It's Ollie Turner with you for the next couple of hours. We've got 2 double headers, but this one we're watching right now for all the people of Caherlistrane and Mountbellew, Moylough, a really important fixture in this second round of matches. Both clubs lost first time round, hence they're playing each other in this second round tie in Tuam. Caherlistrane going down in the opening round to Nivana Letchermore by 2-15 to 12 points, and Mountbellew Moylough losing out by 9 points to 7 to Saltilknocknacara. So quite a bit on the line, but the good news is here in Tuam Stadium the conditions are absolutely perfect. It's a beautiful sunny evening. There's a diagonal breeze blowing into the town goal, which at the moment is occupied by Mountbellew Moylough, who are going through their warm-up in front of team manager Val Daly, while over to the right hand side in front of the scoreboard is Caherlistrane, who themselves are going through their warm-up in front of managers Barry McCabe and Neil McHugh. Let's have a look at both lineups for the start of this Senior Football Championship clash, and we're going to start with Mountbellew Moylough, as I mentioned, as ever, in their traditional black and amber, albeit you can't see their jerseys just yet with the bibs they have on pre-match before they start taking their positions for the start of this game here in Tuam Stadium. Mountbellew Moylough line up with pretty much the 15 who would have played in the opening round against Saltilknocknacara, but missing quite a number of players from last year's championship. I think up to 9 players missing from the Mountbellew team that would have togged in the 2023 championship. So let's have a look at the Mountbellew Moylough starting 15. Michael Foley, as ever, is the goalkeeper between the posts. And in front of him, he's got a man with plenty of county experience in Billy Mannion. John Daly, the other county star, he is at centre-back, flanked by Patrick Mannion and James Foley. A lot will be expected of the midfield partnership of Sean Kelly and Matthew Barrett, another man who's had his time in the Galway jersey. Up front, Aidan McInerney mans the 40, with Leo Donlan and Michael Kelly either side of him. And Barry McHugh, top class player at number 14, will be hoping he'll get the scores from play and from free, with Gerard Donoghue and Kieran Mulhern in good support. All in all, Mountbellew will be hopeful of a bigger tally than the 7 points they managed against Salthill in the opening round if they are to get their first 2 championship points. For Caherlistrane, it's backs to the wall today after a disappointing 9-point defeat at the hands of Navanna Letchermore. Barry McCabe and Neil McHugh will be hoping for much better. Caherlistrane, as ever, wearing their traditional navy blue jersey and shorts. Between the posts is the ever-reliable Aina Ban. Stephen Burke, wearing 6 at fullback, has got Sean Kine and Cormac Hanley either side of him. County star and, we would imagine, all-star elect Johnny McGrath will be at centre-back wearing 2. Colin Monaghan and Conor Donlan either side of him. Stephen Lawless and Cian Malloy in the middle of the field will have a big battle with Kelly and Barrett to see who comes out on top. Aina Glynn at centre-forward is a very experienced Caherlistrane player, with Shane O'Brien and Adam O'Greel hopeful that they'll chip in with some scores. And a lot will be expected of Ronan Keneally, Liam Judge and Joe Monaghan in that full forward line to see if they can trouble a much vaunted Mountbellew Moylough defence. All in all, it looks like it's going to be a North Galway derby to savour here in Tuam Stadium between these two old rivals. In the middle of the field, both captains going through their pre-match handover of the bits of paper to our match referee, Frank Kineen, who will be looking after this. James Malloy, of course, a well-known inter-county referee in close proximity as well. He's going to be on the line for today as well. And a really important fixture for both of these clubs. Just before throw-in, delighted to have with us on commentary here on Galway GATV the former Galway and Killereardon custodian Alan Kane. Alan, first thing we have to remark on, this is the first time ever we're looking out at a match from this vantage point and there's no stanchions in our way. The old stand has been bulldozed and taken away, and this is history in the making, Alan Kane. The opening today, the first time ever that the public have sat in the new Joe O'Toole stand. What's your impressions?
Yes, Ollie, from the first get-go here, it's you get a great bird's eye view here from the nest up, as this man says, in relation to the commentary here. No stanchions, as you said, no ducking or diving, try to see a match here, but it's a great view here this evening, and as I said, we're going forward, we should have a great contest here. But in respect to Joe O'Toole, God rest him, he's pumped his money into that facility here, and the patrons of Galway GA have many years to come of a fine facility that we're in here in Tuam Stadium.
It really is, and I think for all of the people here there's a genuine excitement. It's been a long time coming, Alan.
Yeah, and I think it was the last February they were kind of looking to have it open, but unfortunately things didn't go their way. But now it's finally there. I think there's another maybe a couple of weeks of just tidying up and materialistic stuff to trying to do. And yeah, look at us as the people of Galway have a fine facility here in North Galway, and as I would call the historical history of Galway GA, the football, home of football.
Well, right now as we look out, and you can hear the wind whistling through the new stand as well, there's no protection like the old days where we used to be behind the glass box. But it really is a pleasant evening to be out here. What a difference a week makes, and the pitch is in pristine condition. Let's have a look out in the middle of the field as Mountbellew Moylough's midfield pairing of Sean Kelly and Matthew Barrett are having a quick chat with the match referee for Mountbellew. They're going to be playing with a pretty stiff breeze in this first half, Alan. I know it's not straight down. It's more into the gate that you walk into Tuam Stadium as a player from the old entrance. But it's still a huge advantage, you would imagine. It is.
There is definitely, as you said earlier on, Ollie, there's this nice summer breeze there into the town goal, and definitely you want to be looking at a 4 or 5 point advantage here. And from the throw-in, and just looking out here, the teams, Mountbellew physically are looking to be a physically bigger team, and we don't understand from the throw-in here now which way things going. But yeah, there is a nice 4 or 5 point advantage on that breeze this evening.
Well, we're ready to go as the ball is thrown in, and straight away a touchdown from Matthew Barrett trying to get Mountbellew Moylough on the go. His midfield team partner Sean Kelly gets it off. Mountbellew looking to try and get the opening move of the game to the inside line, but they're patient. Out to this left hand side, where moving up from wing back is James Foley, fabulous player who's had a couple of great seasons for Mountbellew Moylough. Of course, their county championship winning campaign of a couple of years ago included in that. Mountbellew staying patient. They've been on the ball since the throw-in. Barry McHugh decides to play it back out the field towards Billy Mannion. Billy drives forward, met with a couple of challenges, does well to get rid of possession and get it off to Matthew Barrett. A pretty standard start to the game where the team that wins the throw-in decides that keeping possession is more important. So lots of intricate short hand passes. Nothing major happening inside. Johnny McGrath is pretty much operating as the sweeper, so he's unmarked, standing at the edge of the 20-metre line, and there's 3 Mountbellew players and about 8 Caherlistranes in there at the moment, so looks like Mountbellew are going to have to kick a few points from distance today, Alan.
Yeah, I'm just looking out here. Mike Foley is on his own within 80 yards of space here, and here comes the first kick from Billy Mannion.
First shot from Billy.
Great score there by the fullback who came forward there. Great score.
Yeah, and he's going to have to, Alan, isn't he? Because like the reality is, Caherlistrane have set up their stall. They've got a mountain of players back there at the back, and into a breeze like this, I'd say, would Caherlistrane be happy being within 5 or 6?
Definitely, yeah, they definitely would. All right, in fairness, in the way they said, I think in the last game, I think Caherlistrane in the first half they had a few gilt-edge opportunities that they didn't kind of score, but it's going to be a different half of them now. He's trying to play into that breeze, and I'm just looking up the field here again. Caherlistrane have 2 forwards just inside Liam Judge and Ronan Keneally just inside the 45, so they're trying to have to get the ball up there fast into them 2 boys and see can they create a bit of opening, a bit of space.
Well, there'll be an awful lot of this as well, which is Caherlistrane playing a short kick out in, a band taking it back, and just playing keep ball inside their own third of the field, just to try and use up a few seconds of the clock. And all the way back it goes to the goalkeeper again, after playing its way through a couple of pairs of hands, including Stephen Burke and Johnny McGrath. The wind is really howling through Tuam Stadium right now, and it's a breeze that's straight with Mountbellew Moylough in this first half. Caherlistrane with Leo Donlan working up to the halfway line. Nice ball inside to Ger Donoghue. Plays it back to Donlan into the corner. Oh, lovely little use of the body from Barry inside by Liam Judge. Liam, little nudge in the back. In the end, is Shane O'Brien, Adam McGreal were the ones trying to be using the yard of space, but didn't quite work out. O'Brien dropping back out to the middle of the field now to try and defend this as Mountbellew Moylough play the ball back with James Foley to Colin Murray in turn. Ger Donoghue, who's all over the place. He was back inside his own 45 a few moments ago, now making his way up to midfield. Got that kind of free rein to go where he wants. So too John Daly solos up with the left foot, then flicks it back a little bit too high for Sean Kelly, but he gathers it up again.
And I just see there Johnny McGrath is kind of covering, chaperoning the whole lot. He's dictating there as the sweeper, kind of keep an eye on Barry McHugh inside their main catalyst for the forwards there. Johnny's doing the role there of the sweeper, playing in front of the D and trying to, as I said, here comes Barry now to come out to take a free. As I said, an ideal opportunity, maybe 47 yards out for Barry standards. I say he'll have a go at this.
Yeah, and he's a prodigious kicker, Alan, as well, isn't he? So yeah, he shouldn't have any issue with distance.
No, I think he's going from the hand here in this situation. Yeah, but it'll be interesting to see now. On the right hand post, he should have a look at this and float her over, but we'll give him the opportunity here now.
Well, Mountbellew Moylough are pretty confident. They've left 2 men in at the edge of the square, but I think they're pretty sure that Barry from the 45 won't be a million miles away with this one. Right footed, pulled it a bit too much though across the left, and that's an example of the wind, I think, Alan, that it's had it been straight behind him there wouldn't have been an issue there, but it is definitely pulling things a little bit towards us.
It is, yeah. He needed to set that off maybe 3 yards to the right hand side of the post, but from the get-go on his left foot it was going left, so yeah, he needs to be careful of that when they're going forward anymore of the frees.
We were talking beforehand, Alan, Mountbellew are missing a lot of players here, aren't they?
They are, yeah, Ollie, yeah. I go through the list there. There's a Deeming Boyle, Colin Murray, Mark Mannion, Ronan Griffin, Shane Moore, Colin Mannion, Paul Donnan, and the 2 top shooters in, I suppose, and Owen Finnerty and Michael Daly. That is a lot for a club that are looking to compete at the championship. And yeah, look, I always say you need a 1-2 punch up front, and I'm looking there at Owen Finnerty and Michael Daly, 2 huge losses for a team, like, you know what I mean. And if you had them with young Colin Mannion there as well, and Barry McHugh, that's 4 good forwards, and like it's hard for a club to deal with them, that sort of a blow in relation to injuries and lads gone away and stuff like that.
It is early in the championship though, and I know, talking to Rob Finnerty yesterday from Salthill, he's hopeful of getting back, even if it was at the quarter-finals. I mean, that makes an awful difference if you can get even 2 of those guys back.
Yeah, I suppose it'll all dictate here now today, Ollie, in relation to where the points go, in relation to if they go through to a preliminary round quarter-final, or is it a relegation battle. So it's a free out there to us, to Mountbellew for an overcarry there by Stephen Lawless.
Yeah, I think he's unlucky there because his holding hand was pulled back as he attempted to get the hand pass, but the referee was having none of it. So free to Mountbellew. Still only 1 point on the board. We've played 5.5 minutes. That 1 point was going to Mountbellew Moylough. And it came from Billy Mannion from play. So I'm sure Val Daly isn't panicking just yet, but it's certainly, there is an onus on Mountbellew Moylough in the first half with this strong wind to take the game to Caherlistrane, who are very happy to sit back. There's 10 Caherlistrane players pretty much all the time inside their 45, and when they can, they'll pretty much scramble everybody else back as well. Mountbellew, though, staying patient, trying now again to work the ball in from distance. Matthew Barrett drops the ball, and Caherlistrane turn it over in the middle of the field. Great work from Lawless. He goes to ground. That's a foul. Should be a free. Caherlistrane looking to take it quickly and do. Now up at the other end, it's 3-on-3. Let's see, can Caherlistrane make any hay here? Lovely little 1-2. Man running through. Poor hand pass. Just a bit too high and loopy, which allowed Mountbellew to get back. They've done well to try and win the ball, but in the end, Mountbellew with a high tackle have got themselves a free out.
Yeah, Shane O'Brien received that standing there, Ollie, and he didn't make much impetus in relation going forward, and he got caught up in relation to the tackle, and it just a small bit lethargic there in around in the D. But if the quick hands there would have moved that off, and possibly a Caherlistrane score, but it turns around now that Mountbellew have a free out and be able to set up again and heading for the town goal again.
I suppose that's the one thing you'd know as well from your time playing senior football. You don't have time. I mean, you literally don't have a second on the ball. And one poor hand pass there, which kind of hung in the air for too long, killed the whole impetus of the move.
Yeah, you say there about the poor hand pass. Even a poor hand pass that may go across the left-hand side of the body rather than to a person that may be right-handed. Small things like that, as you say, in senior championship, and it is, they're the definitions of where a club match could go wrong. As it comes down to fractions in the day, but yeah, there were Caherlistrane when hard luck there. A small bit of acuteness would have probably got them a score here, but Frank is holding up play there. I think the injury to Billy Mannion may have received something around the face there, but yeah, look at the moment it's a small bit lethargic, and I think Mountbellew now at this stage with 7.5 minutes gone need to be getting a few more scores on the board.
The scoring rate has dropped, and I mean it's certainly not on par with where they would have liked to be. I'm sure they set a tally of probably 10 points to get on the board by half time. You'd want to have it. Whether they can hold Caherlistrane to 1 or 2 is the question, but Billy Mannion's okay. I thought there might have been a word or two with the Caherlistrane man about the challenge, but play on, says the referee, and we get on with the game. 8 minutes have gone, and we've only had 1 point, so it's been very pedestrian here in Tuam Stadium. Good crowd in to watch this match, and most of them are sitting on the terrace to the left-hand side of the new Joe O'Toole stand. But a really, really pleasant evening for the Senior Football Championship. First of 2 games here today. And we'll be, of course, with you all weekend with live action here on Galway GATV. Lots of interesting matches to look forward to, including tomorrow evening, where Demore McHale's play St. James's and Milltown play Annadown in this very same venue. Mountbellew trying to look for their second point down towards the town goal end of Tuam. The shot coming in the end from Kieran Mulheron, but that's tailed out to the left hand side and wide. And Kieran's effort is a second wide from Mountbellew Moylough, and Caherlistrane will take their time. And if you're Barry McCabe or Neil McHugh, you'll be loving this, because all of those wides, all of that energy that's sucked out of it, it just kills the impetus, and it's very difficult for Mountbellew to try and pick up the pace when Caherlistrane are just controlling it at the moment.
Yeah, that's Mountbellew's second wide there now, Ali, and I see the kick-outs there really. Caherlistrane are starting from the middle and then looking for the space for in a band to kick it out into the pocket there alongside the 45. So yeah, here we go with a ball into Liam Judge.
Beautiful pick-off. Lovely play from Judge. That's going to cross an opportunity now. Caherlistrane into the back of the net. What a finish. A beautiful strike from Ronan Keneally out of absolutely nothing. That is worth its weight in gold. A counter-attacking goal from Caherlistrane. Wonderful finish from Keneally.
Oh yeah, it was. And Liam Judge did his piece there and laying it off to him, and I said Naki corner forward always gets some lovely scores into the road along the daisy cutter, which the goalkeeper couldn't get a hold of.
The dive down to the bottom left. Mike Foley couldn't get there. Keneally found the bottom corner, and that all came from a kick out. Worked it up the field, 3 sets of hands into the back of the net. And now, in case Mountbellew didn't realise they were in a game, they do now. they trail by a goal to a point. And remember, it's Mountbellew playing with a really strong wind and 10.5 minutes gone on the clock. So an early wake-up call for Val Daly's side, who are, I mentioned the word pedestrian, that's really kicked them into life. John Daly will try and get a score back, and he drops it to the left and wide. And it's been a bit of a horror 2 minutes from Mountbellew.
It has, yeah. I see Billy Mannion is getting the kind of impetus to get forward here with John Daly with that shot there. Again, that was the third wide from Mountbellew, but go back to the good hands there in relation to that goal. Liam Judge went down, slid along the ground, got on the opportunity, got the ball into his hand, and a little flick to Ronan Keneally. Was a class finish by him in the corner. Yeah,
but as you said rightly, the kudos definitely goes to Liam Judge. Difficult skill, sliding in, and all in one movement. Johnny McGrath trying to intercept the ball there for Caherlistrane and does well. Caherlistrane have got a new lease of life on the back of that goal. They look a different outfit now. Still very much in a defensive mindset because of the elements, but they're playing good football. Lovely ball into Judge. Back to Keneally again. Joe Brolly like with the socks up around the knees. Plays it back out to Judge. Is he going to go for the shot? He looks a good footballer. Johnny McGrath decides, no lads, let's take our time on this one now. Nobody really offering themselves up in the 3/4 line, so they'll either go forward or go all the way back, and it's the latter option as Caherlistrane decide, okay, let's throw it back to Cormac Hanley. Cormac could start again with Conor Donlan. And of course, they're very much in control at the moment, leading by 1 goal to 1 point. And we're coming up to 12 minutes gone. That 1 goal, how crucial will it be by the end of the game? In any championship game, of course, they're crucial. There's a lazy challenge from Matthew Barrett with a pull of the jersey. That'll be a tick in the referee's notebook.
I'm just looking at the movement there, Ollie, of Liam Judge. If he gets more ball into him there, he seems to be playing from front in relation to Aidan McInerney, and the physical size of him too as well. Like, here we go again, he's looking for it again, he has the space, but they haven't played it to him.
And he is on, and he's very, there's a high challenge.
Yeah.
Leo Donlan going in there with the fist. Frank Kinnean has been pretty lenient so far, but he's eventually going to have to say, I'm going to pull out a yellow card, because if those high challenges keep coming, then somebody will do damage. It is a yellow, yeah. I think he's kind of said, time now to start laying down the law here a little bit.
Yeah, the law note, he is out, and Frank, that was a yellow card again. That's a kind of a lazy tackle with a slap down, and Frank rightly's hands out the yellow card there.
Frank just allowing the Budgie Lishka to be fired in. A moment of respite for Colm Monaghan, who decides to go short. They're a very athletic looking team, Caherlistrane, aren't they? I mean, they do look fit. That's one thing about them. And this Liam Judge at full forward, we'd like to see if he can get a bit more ball, because he looks a right good player. Caherlistrane still hold the ball, and they've had a very productive 5 minutes, which included their opening score was a goal. But Stephen Lawless doing very well. There's a block of the run by Matthew Barrett. Referee left that unchanged, and now here's another ball into space, and there he is again. It's the same move. Wow. In on goal, an opportunity now for Caherlistrane. Is it another goal? The shot brilliantly saved.
Great save, Mike.
Stayed big. Michael Foley blocking the effort in the end from Cian Malloy, who was in on goal. And will we look back at that moment when Caherlistrane could have got a second goal and maybe really put the cat among the pigeons? But Michael Foley has saved his side. A big moment in the game, Alan Kane.
Massive moment, yeah. Mike stayed big there for as long as he possibly could, and it did. It was a great opportunity to go 5 points up here with that breeze, and I think Mountbellew now have to realise they're in a game here, and I see Val here getting very agitated on the side, trying to get his players to get involved in this game.
You just wonder, when you looked at the first set of results, and players are human, did Mountbellew just feel this was a matter of turning up? Well, here's a shot from distance. It's going to drop in around the crossbar, though. An easy take for the goalkeeper. Leo Donlan, after the yellow card, had the shot, but that was easy for Ian Aban to grab underneath the crossbar. And we've talked many days on commentary about just the real impact of dropping a ball short in terms of starting an attack for the opposition. It is the number one crime. Ian Aban decides to come out for a run and offer himself up as an extra man, but quickly decides, okay, I'm getting back into my position. Offloads the ball. And Colm Monaghan can try and come out from defence. Not a lot of support offering himself up.
Under pressure here now.
Does well, and in the end,
yeah, I was thinking over carrying. Good call there by Frank.
Referee just gave him every chance, but took too much out of it. And now this wouldn't be a million miles away from Barry McHugh country to have a pop at the posts. Mountbellew may decide to leave it to John Daly to go the outside of the left into the corner. Beautiful ball. In it goes to McHugh. Awful lot of space. Looks to jink inside now from a very difficult angle. Drills it up and over the bar. No, the umpire says wide. Well, Barry McHugh seemed to think it was a point. The linesman on the far side, James Moylough, was a bit behind it. He thinks it's a point.
Yeah, he's indicated for a point now, but the
umpire is adamant. Now, there will be, and the umpire has now taken his message from James Moylough, and I think in fairness, it looked to me like a point.
Yep.
And the guys have given it. Umpire on the left-hand side, who's on the goal flag, was in a better position to see it, and he seemed to indicate wide. But James Moylough is the one who's given the thumbs up, the linesman, to say it's a point.
Yeah, it goes behind the post there. Just looking at the replay, yeah, there's definitely a score there by Barry McHugh.
It was certainly to the right-hand side of the left-hand upright, but whether it had gone between the posts, and well, in fairness, there's no complaints from Caherlistrane. I think it seemed pretty obvious to Barry McHugh that it was a point.
Yeah,
so,
you usually know by the player themselves when they kick it, they're kind of adamant enough, and Barry McHugh was adamant that was a score straight away. Here goes Liam Judge, but he's
winning it again. No, just drops on this occasion. The scoreline, 1 goal for Caherlistrane. That point from Barry McHugh now makes it 1 goal to 2 points. So a very important score for Barry McHugh, but it's only Mountbellew's second score of the game. That coming as it did on 17 minutes, so it's been a poor opening quarter for Mountbellew. Only the 1 point on the board, but can they get a run going between now and half time to take back control of this game? Because the goal that Caherlistrane got through Ronan Keneally is a pivotal score in the match so far. Very low scoring. Mountbellew looking to try and level the match up now on the 18th minute. Far side of the field. John Daly offers himself up. Little chip ball. This will be a mark if it's grabbed. Not though. Barry McHugh gets a touchdown. Into it comes Barrett. Thought about a pop from the left, but then just tigerish defending from Caherlistrane, forcing them back out the field and gaining great energy from every moment that one of their defenders does something positive. Still Mountbellew come looking for more. Seem to have got over that mid-half wobble and are back now with possession. Oh, a lovely little touch and interception, almost on the blind side, but a lovely touch from Adam McGreal that works the ball over for Caherlistrane. Now, nobody forward whatsoever as the Quailey men work the ball from left to right. Johnny McGrath driving through the centre. He's going to put down the afterburners. McGrath's going straight through. What a pass to Keneally. Can he get a goal? Keneally off the post. Back to McGrath, who misses the rebound, and it's wide. Caherlistrane should have 3 goals.
They are absolutely knifing them there through soft butter in relation to go up through the middle. Keneally was an awful hard look. He went on to his weaker right foot. Possibly and dink inside and got around the keeper would have been a better opportunity there for him. But yeah, I suppose what is happening here is John Daly's looking to get on the front row of Billy Mannion, and they're getting forward. But when Caherlistrane break there, they're coming out and they're getting opportunities up front. And as I said, there should be 3 goals to 2 points at this stage. But here we go with a kick from Barry McHugh.
McHugh drops it in around the house. It's a goal.
It's a goal.
And at the other end, we have a 6-point swing. Barry McHugh out jumps the Caherlistrane keeper Ian Aban, and it's into the net. How things can change so quickly.
Massive turn again there, as you said, Ollie. It's a 6-point turnaround straight away within a minute of play, and Barry McHugh was cute enough there. He did, I'm just watching it here, he did follow it in all the way, and yeah, he had the impetus there going forward, and I suppose the height difference with Ian there going forward, it was a hard one, and Ian's looking for the pocket of a kick out here again now. It's a long kick out, about 60 yards out to midfield, and Billy Mannion comes onto it. And,
yeah, picks up the pieces,
he does, yeah. So here we go, Mountbellew get it.
Oh, it's a huge shot in the arm from Mountbellew. I mean, you can sum up the game in the last 60 seconds if it ends up in a Mountbellew-Moylough victory and say that's where the game was won and lost. A chance for Caherlistrane to get their second goal off the post. The rebound could easily have fallen into the arms of Johnny McGrath, but it spilled out for a wide ball and straight down the field. Mountbellew-Moylough, a ball dropped in around the square. Barry McHugh, and now at the other end, a chance for Mountbellew to get another score up and over the bar. It's all going right now. Michael Kelly is the latest to profit from some positive play out the field from Mountbellew. And all has changed.
And as you know, Ollie, going to these games, after the lesser team, they get these opportunities against the bigger so-called teams. When they don't take them, the topper teams will always get out, grind it out, and then, as I said, get the score here that makes it all the difference. And Mountbellew have tagged on 4 points there, 1-1 within the space of maybe less than 2 minutes.
Yeah, and you take Barry McHugh's point into the play as well before that. So they've hit 1-2 in the last 3 minutes. And in the middle of that period, Caherlistrane hit the post. So it's been a real turnaround in this second quarter for Mountbellew Moylough when the game was starting to go away from them. Caherlistrane will keep going though. One thing I would say is they're creating chances, and a lot of it is down to this man, Judge. And Mountbellew look far from comfortable at the back. They did keep a clean sheet against Salt Hill in the opening round, but lost out 9-7 in a dour enough battle. But their defence has been breached 3 times in this opening half. They can thank their goalkeeper, Michael Foley, for one great one-on-one save. The post has saved them, and of course there was that goal. That should be a foul to Caherlistrane, and is. And it's from where the ball lands as well, so that would make it almost kickable, although into the breeze it's still a very, very tough strike if Joe Monaghan decides he's going to have a go at this, and he may. If nothing else, he'll use up a few more minutes, but Caherlistrane are shell-shocked, and these are an important 8 minutes now, Alan, before half-time.
Yeah, if Joe could foot this, and like, is it going to be a tough free, especially out of the hands here for Joe take. He's looking for short here for Liam Judge.
Yeah,
he's
plays it
making
well.
himself available, yeah. And a quick wrap around here to Keneally again.
Keneally off the right. I think he's pushed that out though to the right hand side and wide.
Gone short there.
Right idea.
Yeah, I suppose he was bottled up there if he went back onto the left again. I'm looking here at Caherlistrane, and I keep going on about the Liam Judge, but he has the beating of his man every time. If Caherlistrane keep putting the ball intelligently in front of him, here goes Johnny McGrath now. He's going to pick up this before it goes out. Last touch to him. That's a sideline ball to Mountbellew.
Couldn't quite get there. Line ball to Mountbellew Moylough. And it's right on the 45, and again, it's one of those where Barry McHugh could be tempted to have a pop at the post, but maybe he'd be inclined to keep this in play, but it's well within his compass had he gone for it, but decides no, go back to Foley and start again. James Foley to Matthew Barrett. Barrett gives it off in turn to Gerard Donoghue. And Mountbellew come looking now to go 4 ahead, and even that would be a big psychological blow for Caherlistrane to find themselves 2 scores behind. Matthew Barrett, 45 metres out, got the runner. Lovely ball through to Leo O'Donnell. Leo trying to jink inside a couple of challenges. Good work. Needs support. So many steps into the challenge. Fairness to the match referee, he's been very consistent. And that'll be a free out for Caherlistrane. And if Caherlistrane weren't, I mean, they haven't really had too many point scoring opportunities, bar the one that Ronan Keneally kicked wide off the last short free. The 3 attacks they've had were 3 great goal chances.
They were, Ollie, yeah, and unfortunately I think they may come to remiss these, and it's going forward. We're, like, again, Caherlistrane, from what I'm looking at here, have a lot of the play, and they're still 3 points down into that breeze. So Mountbellew, I still won't be happy with that setup with the 3 points. Like, I'd be looking as the manager maybe to get into 5 or 6 coming up to 24 minutes gone here on the clock in June. Caherlistrane
should realise they're still in a very good position. There's ball chipped back to goalkeeper Ian Abad. Looks very comfortable coming out from goal as well, which a lot of goalkeepers have to do in the modern game. Caherlistrane playing it through the hands. Lovely ball up to Joe Monaghan. Very deep, goes to ground, but had offloaded to Sean Kine. Up to halfway. Good play from Kine again. Bursting through the challenges. Caherlistrane playing some very positive football. Now here's the killer ball into Judge. Another excellent pass. Can he take on his man? He can. Gives it off to Lawless. He's got a runner out the side. Lovely ball over the top. This is good work. And the ball in the end is well blocked by Foley, who's out from goals. Very good goalkeeping.
Yeah,
read the situation. Free out to Mountbellew Moylough. He's a live wire, that's for sure.
He is, yeah, and that ball was kind of Mike Foley got that save there. The ball was kind of kicked at his feet. He probably didn't get the opportunity to get the ball. The body opened up for the shot and have a proper shot and goal. But another good save by Mike Foley. But that's the 4th time now, Ollie, that the Caherlistrane have really kind of opened them up, and Mountbellew hadn't really an opportunity of a goal opportunity yet, except for that high ball into the goal that time with that Perry McHugh finished off.
Yeah, it's been a strange first half, really, and I think you could certainly make the argument that Mountbellew were lucky to be 3 points up, but at the same time, they have come back into the game in the last few minutes, and they'll really look to drive on for the last few minutes of this first half. Barrett across to Donlan. Lovely ball inside. Here's Ger Donoghue jinking onto the left, but inside. So back to Barry McHugh. Should be a score. Barry curls it around over the bar, no problem. Super strike from Barry McHugh. The second point of the game. And that's much better football from Mountbellew. They've huffed and puffed a little bit in this first half, but they're starting to find the range, and they're starting to find Barry McHugh, more importantly. 1-4 to a goal.
Yeah, Jordan had the opportunity there as a 23 yards out to pop it over his left, but he came back to his esteemed inter-county player that Barry used to play for Galway for a few years, and I suppose give it to his talisman that has scored, and that's Barry McHugh's second point there now, along with the goal that he's got. Yeah, it just shows you, Ali, that the modern day footballer, you have to be comfortable off both feet. I suppose Jared mightn't have been as comfortable as he thought there, but he did the right decision, giving the ball to Barry, who put it over the bar.
Caherlistrane, after winning a sideline ball from the kick out, it's taken up. Referee just wants the free taken from the correct position. Into the last 3.5 minutes of the first half. 1 goal and 4 points from Mountbellew Moylough. Just that solitary goal for Caherlistrane, but it's keeping them in the game. And I think if Caherlistrane could get in 4 down, they would bite your arm off right now. Still a long way to go though, before the shrill blast of Frank Kineen's half-time whistle. Sun has gone in, but it's still very, very pleasant here in Tuam Stadium. Temperatures are well up, albeit there is quite a breeze here, and it is having an effect on the game. Stephen Lawless now thinking about having a run, does well. Out to the right-hand side, decides to use Conor Donlan. Conor trying to play it back. Luckily, Caherlistrane hold on to the ball. Stephen Lawless pulled to the ground by Sean Kelly. And that'll be a free to Caherlistrane. Ronan Keneally is in close proximity, decides to leave the ball for Johnny McGrath. Not a lot of options other than Liam Judge in a forward position right now. So they go all the way back.
Yeah,
Get a few more seconds.
I mentioned earlier on about the absentees from Mountbellew. I suppose when you look back at Keane Darcy and Oisin O'Brien, they're 2 massive losses for Caherlistrane. And like their captain as well, like, you know what I mean. Alan Morris is a massive lot. I think he's crucial, has gone this year, Ali. So they're looking for the Liam Judge here again. That could be out for a wide ball.
Still touching it. It is a wide, but he's a game individual. He will certainly chase even lost causes. But yeah, you take players like that out of a Caherlistrane team, it's very, very tough. Other clubs, you mentioned Mountbellew Moylough as well. I don't know, does anybody have their full hand right now, Alan? It likes as if everybody has got injury problems or has players away, and I suppose what you're really hoping is that you can negotiate the group stages and leave yourself with a full deck for the knockouts.
That's it, yeah. Look, I suppose both teams are coming with the injuries and a few lads missing, and you're hoping to get through the first round and the second round and possibly pick up 2 points to give you a kind of comfort blanket to get over to get through the group and get into a preliminary quarter final. But yeah, it is. You do wonder, as in relation to the trainer, what the heavy load of the matches coming thick and fast now that the injuries are starting to kick in. But look, as I said, it's early on the season that it's so many injuries and stuff like that has happened to some of the players.
Mountbellew Moylough with a free in, taken quickly by John Daly, back to Sean Kelly. Kelly flicks it across here towards Foley. The wing back on this near side. Is he thinking about a shot at the post? No, he's going to just jink in, maybe give it back for an opportunity. A bit of a Gary Owen there, as the ball is drilled up in the air by Aidan McInerney and falls kindly for Johnny McGrath. Lovely jinking run from McGrath. Fabulous footballer. He really has grown to be one of the top players in the country, and I think we're all pretty much hoping that he gets what he deserves, Alan, with the All-Star. It seems a shoe-in, you would imagine.
I'd say so. The year that he's had, like as I said, he's starting to get on ball here for Caherlistrane, and kind of mentioned earlier on that he was covering the D, but Johnny has had a fantastic year, and he's Pádraig had utilised all the top scorers, anyone that had come along the inter-county scene. Johnny has snuffed them out of it, and he had a great season, and yeah, he's up there with the line of the top defenders now in the country. Yeah,
well, for me, he's wouldn't be a million miles off a Player of the Year nominee, given how well he's done. But that may well be left for the likes of a Paul Conroy, a great stalwart as well of Galway football. He'll be in action on this pitch tomorrow evening, as St James's take on Dromore McHale's. Johnny McGrath, look at this for a burst through a couple of challenges. Back to Keneally, back out the field. Looks like the initiative is gone. Mountbellew are happy to have everybody back. And then a clever mark by Ronan Keneally.
Yeah, a little bit of cuteness there by Mr. Keneally, a shrewd player here. Like as you said, a bit Joe Brawley-esque with the socks pulled up, but he's gone off his right foot here now. But
there's a big kick, and it's a very difficult kick. I don't know. He's going to try and kick this outside of the right, drops it in around the house. It's a dangerous ball, good touch from Ford, and in the end the goalkeeper wins it. And Michael Foley has had a very busy first half, and he's done well. I think some of the Mountbellew lads were overly happy with the challenge, but when the ball drops in around the small square, when it's a deflected effort like that, the goalkeeper is entitled to be challenged, and Mountbellew will be happy that their keeper has kept them in it in this first half. 1-4 to a goal. We're a minute into the 2 that are going to be added. So we've got 60 seconds to go to half time. Mountbellew leading by 4 and attacking the town goal for the last time, trying to get themselves one more point. Referee eventually gives the free. Tried to give advantage, couldn't, shakes the head, and now it's going to be a free in for Mountbellew Moylough. Frank Kinnean indicating the spot. And Barry McHugh can put 5 between them at half time. If he lands this one, he'll just about have time, and he's going to take it interesting enough off the ground.
Yeah, I think he's a better bet here against with this town kicking it across from right to left from the ground. Barry's an esteemed free taker, and I think that he'll have a good opportunity here, but we'll see how good things go.
Well, he's got pretty much everybody from both teams in front of him, so he's going to strike this. I'll put a big curl on it from right to left, outside the right. It's absolutely magnificent kick as Barry McHugh drives it up and over the bar. That's half time. An absolutely majestic way to finish the half. Super score from Barry McHugh. 1-3 from the dynamic full forward from Mountbellew Moylough. That's been the difference between the teams. Caherlistrane did manage 1 goal in that opening half. They could and should have had 2 more, but in the end, no points for Caherlistrane. But that goal is just about keeping them in the game. Mountbellew Moylough have a 5-point advantage. Without ever hitting the dizzy heights we know they can reach, will Val Daly be a bit happier at least with the second quarter and how they are at half time?
Yeah, I think that, as you said, Ollie, the second quarter there was a big, I think they'd scored 1-2 in that second quarter. At that point there by Barry McHugh gives them that comfort blanket of the 5 points. As we said earlier on, it's definitely a 4 or 5 point advantage that breathes into the town goal. Look at Caherlistrane will rue the missed chances that they had with the goal opportunities. They had 3 clear blanket goal opportunities there, and only converted 1. So and the way they set up now, Caherlistrane will really have to come out of the shell, and we'll be interested to see if that long ball into Liam Judge is fortuitous in the second half. Yeah,
well, they have a lot to do, Caherlistrane, to get back into the game, but they're not out of it by any manner of means. We've got a very interesting second 30 minutes to go in the second half of this Senior Football Championship Group 1 tie. But at half-time in Tuam Stadium, Mountbellew Moylough lead Caherlistrane 1-5 to 1 goal. Come back to us for second half commentary in just a minute.
QFinancial.ie got the price and it buys for me.
Pension auto-enrolment will soon be introduced. This means that all full-time workers over the age of 23 earning more than €20,000 per year must contribute to a pension, and employers must contribute. What are those pension entitlements, and is there independent advice available? The Q Financial Pension Team are experienced in advising both employees and employers of the positive and affordable options available for your situation. Call 091 421 900 or log on to qfinancial.ie.
Q Financial, qfinancial.ie.
Based in Clare, Galway, OMA Financial Services Limited, trading as qfinancial.ie, is an authorised independent pension intermediary regulated by the Central Bank of Ireland.
redefine your relationship with energy, save you money, and get you on the path to a cleaner, greener future. JFW Renewables, your nationwide solar energy specialists. Call us today for a greener tomorrow.
Within 80 yards of space.
Here, and here comes the first kick from Billy Mannion.
First shot from Billy.
Great score there by the fullback who came forward there. Great score.
Yeah, and he's going to have to
kick it out into the pocket there outside the 45. So, here we go with a ball into Liam Judge.
Beautiful pick-up. Beautiful play from Judge. That's going to cross an opportunity now. Caherlistrane into the back of the net. What a finish. A beautiful strike from Ronan Keneally into space, and there he is again. It's the same move. Wow. In on goal, an opportunity now for Caherlistrane. Is it another goal? The shot brilliantly saved.
Great.
The afterburners. McGrath's going straight through. What a pass to Keneally. Can he get a goal? Keneally off the post. Back to McGrath, who misses the rebound. And it's
to 2 points at the stage.
Q drops it in around the house. It's a goal. And at the other end, we have a 6-point swing. Moylough, the ball dropped in around the square. Barry McHugh. Now at the other end, a chance for Mountbellew get another score up and over the bar. So back to Barry McHugh, should be a score. Barry curls it around over the bar, no problem. Super strike from Barry McHugh, the second point of the game. So he's going to strike this and put a big curl on it from right to left. Outside the right, it's absolutely magnificent kick. As Barry McHugh drives it up and over the bar. That's how. Welcome back to Tuam Stadium for the second half of Caherlistrane and Mountbellew Moylough. Quick look at both teams. No sign of any changes for the start of this second half. Mountbellew Moylough with the 5-point advantage. 1-5 to a goal. And this large crowd here in Tuam Stadium very much enthused by what they saw in the opening 30 minutes. Slow start for Mountbellew. And it was Caherlistrane who led by a goal to a point after 15 minutes. Two other great goal chances gone a-begging for Caherlistrane. May come back to haunt them, because it was in that final 12 minutes of the first half that Mountbellew really kicked into gear. And 1-3 from Barry McHugh has turned this game around and now sees them lead by 5 points. But Caherlistrane will have the strong breeze advantage. So if you're the Caherlistrane management, Alan Kane, what are you saying to your guys at half-time to try and keep their spirits up and get them back into the start of the second half?
I think from the first 10 minutes now, from this throw-in, they need to get the next 2 points to get a kind of a foothold of the game and try to open up Mountbellew like they did in the first half. But it's not going to be easy. I see Billy Mannion has gone centre-back here for Mountbellew, and Colin Murray now is picking up Liam Judge in the edge of the square. So there's a bit of change in personnel. So it'll be interesting to see now the first 5 or 6 minutes how we go here from the throw-in.
Ball is in from referee Frank Kinney. The ball is touched down and Caherlistrane win the throw-in. They also get forward with the free. Immediately Mountbellew drop back players, and Caherlistrane try and work the possession to their advantage. Who else but Johnny McGrath on the ball in the centre-back channel, driving forward on this beautiful sunny afternoon. Corofin and Clare Galway, they're coming up in the next match, so quite a number of their supporters have come in the last few minutes to enjoy the second half. Long ball from Caherlistrane, looking to try and drive one in over the top, find the full forward Liam Judge, but looks as if that one is going to harmlessly trickle out over the end line. And that's always the danger, isn't it, when you try the long kick passes and you have a strong breeze behind you. They really need to be accurate. They
do, yeah. There was really kind of he tried to hit the pocket of space in front of Liam Judge there again, but it kind of overshot the runway, and Liam wasn't able to get onto it. But yeah, they have to be precise now in relation to the ball into the full forward line there of Keneally and Judge. And here we go. See the likes of the difference there in class with John Day with outside the boot, right into your man's hands, and Mountbellew on the attack here again.
Yeah, there's definitely a premium on accuracy when it comes to the foot and the hand pass. And Mountbellew Moylough just having the better of it at the start of this second half. Still, Caherlistrane happy to drop everybody back inside their half. They're pretty much set up in 3 banks of 4 players between the 20 and 65 metre line. And there's still a couple more defenders to get through after that if Mountbellew Moylough manage to do so. But they'll be patient, and I think they'll be happy enough with a 5-point lead that they'll have to encourage Caherlistrane to come out of their shell a little bit in this second half, but a little bit of shimmying in the early stages of this game. Tiny bit of shadow boxing going on here, but neither side laying a glove just yet, with Caherlistrane trailing by 5 and needing to bounce back from a 9-point defeat at the hands of Letchermore last time round. A defeat here against Mountbellew Moylough, and they'll be staring down the barrel of the relegation battle, and I don't think anybody wants to get involved in that group of 4, because it really is a bear trap there when you get into that relegation. And there will be a few teams after this weekend, Alan, who will have lost 2 out of 2 and will really be looking at that.
Yeah, and I suppose if Caherlistrane don't get a victory here today, Ollie, they have Salthill in the next round, so that's going to be a tough battle for them no matter where they play. Salthill, but as you said, Rob Finnerty possibly coming back will be another big plus for Salthill, but I suppose they have the opportunity here now today to get 2 points on the board, but they need to be getting scores now fairly fast. And as I said, there's 3 minutes gone now in the second half, and Caherlistrane now on the attack here with Johnny McGrath again.
Yeah, trying to get the ball to that inside line as quickly as possible, but the transitioning has been a little bit pedestrian, and the inclination is always just to turn around and come backwards. There's a real reliance, one would think, up front on Keneally and Judge to try and get the scores for Caherlistrane, but they haven't scored a single point yet, Caherlistrane. Is this the opening one, as the ball is dropped into the goalkeeper's hands? Disappointingly so from Cian Malloy. And that will allow Moylough to counter-attack. And from their own 45, they swiftly move the ball up through Leo Donlan. Up to halfway, John Daly moves into the space to gather possession and flick it off to Kieran Mulhern. He turns around, gives it back to Daly. John decides to give it all the way back to Billy Mannion. And now Mountbellew can switch the play from left to right and start on this near side where Ger Donoghue, coming up along the stand side, has to turn around. Back and turn to Billy Mannion. Goes for a crossfield kick pass to James Foley. Foley sallying up the left-hand touchline inside the Caherlistrane 45. Gives it off to John Daly. Still waiting for the first score of the second half. We've played 4.5 minutes. It remains 1-5 to a goal. Mountbellew leading Caherlistrane, who would give anything, I think, right now just to get the first point of the second half to give themselves a realistic chance of getting something out of this game.
Yeah, I think if Mountbellew get the next score now, they'll put them 6 points up. It's going to be a big ask for Caherlistrane. And I see here from the setup in relation to Mountbellew, they're looking at Mike Kelly and Leo Donnan to try and touch the sidelines at all opportunity, create that space. But Caherlistrane, as you said earlier on, have 3 banks of 3 here at the moment, and even more Johnny McGrath back there as a sweeper. So here's going to be the first shot of the second half from Barry McHugh.
Barry drops it in and over the bar. Super strike. Barry McHugh is the difference, really, when it comes down to it. He just has that ability to kick the ball accurately with and against the breeze, and that is a pivotal score. And as you rightly say, Alan Kane, it's a long way back for Caherlistrane now.
Yeah, we're looking at a 6 points here deficit, and we'll go back to Barry there in relation to his kicking ability. The last 10 years he's probably been one of the up top prolific forwards at club football. When he gets that ball onto the right foot, very rarely does Barry miss, and big high ball in here to the
here's one.
Here we go.
Judge is in, but referee didn't like the way he manhandled his man out of the way. So a pretty easy decision in that instance. But I think if Caherlistrane persist with that tactic, they might get a little bit of joy out of it at some point.
Yeah, but again, that high floating ball kind of advantageous towards the full back. That needs to be kind of one time when a crossfield ball with Tomás O'Shea used to do to Gon Donaghy, a crossfield ball for a full forward to come like that, like Liam Judge to come on and win it. But we're looking here now. Montpellier are trying to spread the play as much as they can and get John Daly and Billy Mannion on the ball as much as they can. These lads, inter-county lads who can spray the ball in, and looking for the open opportunities to carve Caherlistrane inside.
It's interesting to see the Corofin lads take their place in the stand as well, because they would very much see Moylough as one of the big threats to them retaining the Frank Fox. Everybody will talk about Mike Cullen and Salt Hill as well, but along with Mountbellew and Corofin, are they still the big four, Alan?
They would, yeah. And I suppose I went back earlier on about the injuries and the lads that are absent from Mountbellew. Like, it's going to be a tough ask for Val to get all these lads back, and I don't want the treatment table or whatever they have to do, but they'll need them lads to come back and give them a hand in relation to the kind of the end of the championship. But we are looking at Mike Cullen, Salt Hill and Corofin at the top 3 or 4 of the championship. So
it looks that way. Well, we'll find out what Corofin are shaping up like after an opening round win over Oughterard, 12 points to 8. They'll look to make it back-to-back victories against Clare Galway in the next match here in Tuam Stadium. But here on Galway GATV, you're enjoying Montbellew Moylough and Caherlistrane in the Galway Senior Football Championship. This is the second round of Group 1, and it's two sides who lost in the opening round, but one of them is going to be picking up 2 points. And right now, the smart money is on the men in black and amber as Montbellew Moylough lead by 6, and right now just look to be controlling the tempo and happy to invite Caherlistrane to come out from their shell and try and leave a little bit of space inside. Nice jinking run from Kieran Mulhern. Good player, pushed in the back. That'll be a free. And that's Barry McHugh country. Off the ground, into the breeze. He'll fancy his chances here, even if it is on the 45. It's a big ask. Michael Foley was half tempted, I think, but I think it's more that he was anxious to come out and have a conversation.
Yeah, Kieran Mulhall there, I seen even the first half there, he's a nice little jinky corner forward, Ollie, and he creates the score just before half time where Barry McHugh taking the free, and he's created this opportunity again for Barry just on the 45. Barry fancy his chances here now with the breeze kind of slightly into his face as he approaches the kick out of the 45. Here we go.
Yeah, big kick for him. It's going to hang in
good.
the breeze. Barry McHugh high up and over the bar, unerring.
Yeah, and he kind of cut across that ball there, Ollie. He didn't really kind of punch in. He punched that ball and he got great trajectory and great height into it. And as the crow flies, it went straight over the crossbar there. A lovely kick by Barry McHugh again.
There aren't many players that can do that in the game at the moment, at club level, Alan.
No, and I think it's like the dynamics of a free. When you see lads taking the free from the hands, there's a lot more movement. But I love to see free takers taking the ball off the ground. And I think there's less that they can go wrong in relation to a free. And Barry is up on the top of in the county at the moment.
Well, Ronald Keneally has been taken off, the goal scorer for Caherlistrane. He's put in his shift, but after 39 minutes, Caherlistrane feel that it's time for a change, so they've brought in Conor O'Shaughnessy. Conor, wearing 19, comes into the game and will go straight into the full forward line. And Caherlistrane still waiting for their first point, believe it or not. That goal is all they have to show in the bank account so far, and we're coming up on 40 minutes.
Yeah, but there, and he was an awful and hard luck there. Keneally could have ended with the score, having scored 3-1, and the guy that's come in from there, I think Shaughnessy, he was on the academy with the Connacht Rugby, so he's a strong looking forward here that, and hopefully he'll throw his strength around here in the forwards and get a score or two for Caherlistrane.
Well, they definitely need a converted try right now to get back into this. Here's a shot from outside of the right, and there it is. The opening point for Caherlistrane. Joe Monaghan finally getting a white flag on the board. 1-1 now for Caherlistrane, 1-7 for Mountbellew. And maybe the likes of that score might just kickstart a bit of a revival. They did have that purple patch in the first half, and you know, it's funny how even in 4 or 5 minutes how they could tap on 2 or 3 points and make a game of it again.
Yeah, if they could kind of put a small bit of doubt into Mountbellew's minds now in the next 5 or 6 minutes, he could, again, looking at the score, we're 1-7 to 1-1 after 40 minutes. Yeah, Caherlistrane looking out to get the next 3 scores if they could and kind of make a game of this. But the last few minutes, Mountbellew have been kind of dictating play and holding the ball and minding it, and so far. I can't see for Caherlistrane, but maybe if it chooses a goal or something like that might help Caherlistrane get back into the game.
Caherlistrane made another change. They brought in Derek Kane for Colin Monaghan, a wing-back swap. Dara wearing 5. Second substitution then by Caherlistrane. Starting to empty the bench now, trying to find a way back into this game. At 1-7 to 1-1, it seems a long way back, but they have created goal chances. They may need another one to give themselves a realistic chance of catching Mountbellew. 6 behind, the clock ticking on.
Lots of the players here between the 265s at the moment, Ollie. It's all very bunched at the moment. I think Mountbellew need, if you want to get more scores to make things more fortuitous for themselves, they need to kind of spread the play, and I think Ball will be looking at that to get the wingmen out wide as much as possible.
Mountbellew have worked a yard of space on this near side, and we've got a push in the back. It is. Caherlistrane not happy, but looked to be a pretty obvious decision for the foul on Foley. James Foley, that is. Foul. Lovely play by Barry McHugh. And now here's a chance as Mountbellew have 2 men over. It's into Kelly, the midfielder, into the back of the net from Sean Kelly, and that should surely be that. A brilliant finish. The foul in front on the 65-metre line. Caherlistrane's Joe Monaghan not impressed, but how quickly have Mountbellew turned that free into the goal that has probably put this game to bed. 3 lightning quick passes back of the net.
Yeah, I'm just looking at I always say about John Daly, that touch of gravy that finishes off the meal with his kick passing. It's been a joy to behold here today. Like a quick hands again by Barry McHugh, received the ball, and between the 2 midfielders, the quick hands again, and a great goal by Mountbellew. So that's really put them into the driving seat with 9 points to 4 here at the moment. Drop shot there by Barry McHugh.
Sean Kelly, the man with the goal. The pass by Barry, who won't be too upset with his last effort dropping short. But 2-7 to 1-1. I'm sure Caherlistrane are wondering how it has come to this. But Mountbellew have taken absolute control of this game now. Coming up along the left-hand touchline. Good tackle. Ball taken off Kieran Mulhern, who's been busy. He's had a good game.
Yeah, he looks to be, he's a fortuitous kind of forward and kind of knacky enough, and he is on the ball after getting the free again for Mountbellew.
Yeah, he's been there at the heart of all that's been good for Mountbellew Moylough. And yeah, even the crowd are kind of getting on his case as well, because they know he's got a great spirit about him. And I know even in Caherlistrane in your day, Alan, as well, they love the players that kind of mightn't get the headlines all the time, but were the real grafters. They would get the hard ball.
You always need the lad on the team, lads, that are going to give you a 7 out of 10 every day, like, you know what I mean? You always have the boys that'll come out and step up and be the 9 out of 10, but you need a team of boys that'll come out and score a few points, but it's the lads that do the hard work and get the balls up, the lads that get the scores for you. And Mulhern is doing a lot of busyness around there and getting on balls, and John Daly's thing set up here again with a crossfield ball.
Yeah, gets it underway. Mountbellew made a change, by the way, while you were chatting there, Alan. They have taken off Michael Kelly and brought on Owen Boyle, so a change there in the Mountbellew Moylough attack. And they'll be happy enough now at 2-7 to 1-1 that they have a lot of the spade work done in terms of getting their first 2 points of the championship. An important evening for Mountbellew. They needed to get a victory after a pretty heavyweight tussle at the start. There was plenty of easier fixtures than Salthill Knocknacarra in the opening round to get, but I'm sure they'll have learned from that game as well, though, Alan, last week.
They will, from what I heard, Ollie. There was patches there. I think the first 10 minutes and the last 10 minutes of the game, Mountbellew were really in it, but kind of Salthill in between, they got a run of 5 points in a row, and I think that's really set up the game for them, like, you know what I mean? And kind of Mountbellew kind of got sat out of the game, and they couldn't return from that. But look at this. Look at it from what I see on the screen here. 44 minutes again. They'll be very happy to be this so far ahead. And as I said, they're starting to dictate now. Just passing the game ball freely around with each other. And yeah, John Daly is really starting to dictate things here around the middle for them, and he's on the run here again. Yeah,
just great strength and power, just to burst through the challenges and then offload. Wonderful work. Matthew Barrett in the end just took a solo when there wasn't room to do so, and Caherlistrane turned it over. Joe Monaghan, lovely hands, good work from Joe. Off it turns to Lawless, flick back now. Caherlistrane just need to move this one much quicker. Again, a heavy challenge into the tackle, but good football from Caherlistrane. Bursting through, could be a shot at the post. It drops up and over the bar. Excellent work. Super shot at the end coming in from Cian Malloy, and he's got the point. A badly needed score, but in truth Caherlistrane need much more. They're making another change. Coming in is Kyle O'Neill. Looks like Kyle will be dropping into a wing back berth. The man they're taking off, having emptied the tank, is Shane O'Brien. He can be happy with his efforts. Neil McHugh gives him the high five, and so he should. Caherlistrane.
Substitute on the Caherlistrane team. Number 18, Kyle O'Neill, replaced number 25, Shane O'Brien.
Big 10 minutes to really put it up to Mountbellew and set up a grandstand finish. But right now, 8 points between the teams. Caherlistrane need a mother and father of a purple patch to play their way back into this game, but you just get the sense that Mountbellew Moylough are now playing within themselves. Gerard Donoghue, he's been busy during the course of this game for Mountbellew as well. Foraging left, right and centre, and picking up ball in all corners of the pitch. Nice ball, picked up. Middle of the field, goes to ground, that's a free. Man being fouled there is Patrick Mannion. Seemed to just bang his head on the turf a little bit at the end of that all the time. The hand clapping you hear in the background is Val Daly trying to encourage his troops to better effort. James Malloy, the linesman, has his flag up. Looks like there's another change. And Caherlistrane are making a couple of changes now as well.
Number 17.
So first and foremost, it's the Mountbellew change. So we heard over the PA, Cormac Proul, he comes into the game. And for Caherlistrane, they're breaking a double substitution. So they're going to be bringing in Kevin Nally and Irla Costello. So subs coming in left, right and centre for the final stages of this game. 13 minutes to go. Mountbellew Moylough 2-7, Caherlistrane 1-2. We're live from Tube Stadium.
Yeah, in relation to the last day game, Ollie, I think Caherlistrane brought out the Nally lads and young Irla Costello, who's a St. Gerald's kind of leaving cert there, and they got 4 points. So look at Caherlistrane, be looking to them subs impacts that come on and try and get a few scores on the board before this game really gets away from them and the game is over.
Yeah, and the other thing I suppose is giving experience to these guys as well, because they're not going to learn anything leaving them on the bench. Throw them in, see how they get on against a top class team like Mountbellew Moylough. Caherlistrane battling hard, and that's great defending. Super bit of work at the back. Caherlistrane winning the free, and that's tremendous play. It's Caherlistrane
Double substitute on the Caherlistrane team.
drive forward.
Number 26.
That occasion it was Kyle O'Neill making the burst out of defence for Caherlistrane. Far side of the field, working into position is Johnny McGrath. Puts the head down. Johnny got a man on the shoulder.
Here we go.
Out it goes. Is there a shot? Off the crossbar and over the bar. In the end, it was Éanna Glynn who had the chance. Another very experienced player. And I'm sure was thinking about the onion bag there, but the shot just grazed the top of the bar.
And I think Billy Mannion got a vital touch there, Ollie, in relation to that, to putting it over the bar, if I'm not mistaken. If you watch here in the replay again, yeah, it was a good cut in by Johnny.
Nice offload.
Offload. And maybe
a touch on
possible
the
finger.
line.
Yeah. So, yeah, vital interception there again by Billy. So, yeah, as I said, Caherlistrane, that's probably 5 opportunities of goals, and they've only taken the 1. So that is it's a worrying thing for Mountbellew going forward into the next game. So against the next black and amber on the board will be Litcha Moore. So yeah, that's a foul there.
Foul in the middle of the field. Moylough with the free. Barry McHugh takes it quickly and moves it on to Billy Mannion, whose fingertips definitely saved a goal for Moylough in the last instance, as the shot from Éanna Glynn went up and over the bar to make it 1-3 for Caherlistrane, but they trail Moylough, who have 2-7. Caherlistrane playing with a strong breeze, but they won't be happy with a tally of 1-3. They'll need to finish with a real blitz in the final 10 minutes if they're going to get anything out of this game. Never say never. Matthew Barrett, nice hand pass across. Again, heavy challenge on Ger Donoghue, but the referee says a legitimate one, so the ball spills clear. Donoghue somewhat groggily gets to his feet. Mountbellew retained possession, but have been forced back to the middle of the field. John Daly with an advantage, pops it off in turn to Billy Mannion. Jinks inside the challenge of Caherlistrane's Kyle O'Neill in the left hand corner, moving into position. Good work here from Leo Donlan. Back to Barry McHugh, might go off the left, no, decides to bang it out the field, and in the end the shot comes off the post and wide. Great chance gone a begging there, should have been a score, but in the end the ball into the town goal, hit the left hand upright and went wide from Cormac Proul, and that's another wide registered from Mountbellew. They remain 2-7 to 1-3 in front. 9 minutes to go. The clock now is Caherlistrane's biggest enemy. They know they've got to score with pretty much every attack from now on if they're going to get anything out of this game, and that is a big ask. Kyle O'Neill, great hands. He's made a big impact since he came in. A lot of steps into the challenge. Referee gives the free, however, for a little pullback. Free to be taken by Caherlistrane's number 17, Cormac Hanley. Thought about going long. In the end, gives it inside. The shot from distance.
Yeah, great score by
Beautiful
O'Shaughnessy
draw
there.
over the bar. There's your Connacht rugby star, Conor O'Shaughnessy.
Yeah, I
Super point.
think the Mountbellew lads are kind of asking Frank there, did that man call the mark there when we received the ball? So I think Frank is bringing it back here for possibly a mark here for O'Shaughnessy to take it. Yeah, Frank is indicating here something.
I think Caherlistrane are querying that one, but the mark was called, so he is right.
Yeah.
And now, looks like he's going to be hopping the ball. So there's a bit of confusion reigning here in Tuam, but he reckons that Caherlistrane will probably deserve a point, but advantage coming, which he may decide to give. Well, in the end, he says there was a foul as Conor O'Shaughnessy gets on with it. It remains 2-7 to 1-3, so the scoreboard will have to be readjusted. Caherlistrane holding on to the ball. Johnny McGrath jinking inside a couple of challenges. Good work from Johnny. Still keeps his run going. Caherlistrane are going for goal here, and in the end the shot deflected, and Mountbellew just had too many players back there, and in the end it all comes to naught. So real disappointment there in the end. 2-7 to 1-3. It remains in Tuam Stadium.
In fairness, the Caherlistrane subs have brought a small bit of life to the match here so far, Ollie, and I think a little bit of impetus. So, but yeah, Mountbellew are still having them on the lead there, just kind of hold them off and kind of keep with jamming along. And yeah, Mountbellew are, look, as I said, 6 points here to the good, and with the clock against them at the moment, 7 minutes to go. Caherlistrane will have to get a monumental score here to get this crowd behind them and try and seek out something at the end here.
Well, I think they knew themselves, Alan, that if they got a goal in the last attack, there might have been some small percentage chance. That's why they were definitely working their way through when Sean Kine had a crack at the post. But a point is no good to them at this stage. They know they need a goal. And now Mountbellew might be at the other end, through for a goal. Sean Kelly, good save by the keeper, out to the right-hand side. Éanna Band stuck out the right leg when Kelly looked like he was trying to slot it into the empty net. Good save that just about keeps Caherlistrane alive. But I say just about. The 45 is to come from Barry McHugh. It'll use up a few more seconds. And one would think at this stage that if McHugh lands this to make it 2-8 to 1-3, that would put 8 points between the sides, and there's absolutely no way back from there.
Yeah, I've been very impressed that Kieran Mulhern in corner forward. He has a bit of neckiness about him, as a corner forward should be. Like, really great hands there to Matthew Barrett, was unlucky, and Éanna stuck out the leg there, made a great save. But yeah, if Barry slots this over now at his second opportunity at 45, and he follows through what he did there in the second half, it looks to put Montbellew 7 points up.
So Barry McHugh with the 45. Gets great purchase on it, but this one out to the right, just kind of sliced a little bit off the right-hand side of the boot. No harm done. 2-7 to 1-3 it remains, and the stopwatch tells us 5 minutes to go in Tuam Stadium. Kick out with Éanna Band. Again, there's a lot of movement down on the sideline where it looks like after a brief bit of respite, Liam Judge comes over for some water. He's okay to continue. Linesman seems to be indicating
I think
that
Darren Yule has come on there from Montbellew.
there is a change.
Yeah,
Okay, so
Matthew Barrett going off.
a man had come in. The man coming off now is Matthew Barrett. So that change is complete, and we can get on with the game. Centre of the field, Caherlistrane with possession. Stephen Burke just down in his hunkers, got a trod on there, I think, a little bit of an injury to his ankle. Possession with Caherlistrane and with Cormac Hanley. Hanley gives it off this near side to Conor Donlan. Donlan through the centre, looking for a run from Dara Kane. Kane back to Hanley, and a little intricate pattern, but no ground made from Caherlistrane. Mountbellew with everybody back inside their 45. Off in turn now towards Cian Malloy.
Substitution on the
Malloy plays it inside to Judge.
11.
Judge back out the field towards Cian Malloy.
Number 9.
Very, very congested area just outside the 45, and Caherlistrane really are going nowhere. Out to the corner they go towards Liam Judge, jinking inside. 3 Mountbellew men bottling him up. Absolutely nowhere to go. Too many steps.
By Montbellew.
It's very hard to compete with that, and it's all just a bit too predictable from Caherlistrane. They were kind of heading down a blind alley there, really, Alan.
The war, Ali, it's gone a bit mundane now for Caherlistrane. It's a worrying factor going into their next game against Salthill. They've no wins out of 2 games here at the moment, it's looking like, and facing Salthill. But yeah, it would be very pedestrian there, and Montbellew just, with the whole 15 behind the 45, just swallowed them up, and they're starting up an attack here again. And John Daly's on the ball here again from Mountbellew with a good ball into Barry McHugh.
Yeah, super hand pass. McHugh might return the compliment to Daly. Off the left, might decide to get a point here. John kicks it up high, out to the right hand side and wide. Good opportunity. Deserved to score. He put all the work in himself, but alas, no end product. So it remains 2-7 to 1-3. Down to the last 2.5 minutes. Alan Kane will get you thinking about your man of the match in the next minute or two before we wrap up this championship game here in Tuam Stadium. Scoreboard has been rectified as well to nullify what would have been a great point for Conor O'Shaughnessy, and would have been a delight for him having coming into the game. A dual star, as pointed out by Alan, playing his rugby as well with Connacht, but unfortunately his point was chalked off because Caherlistrane had already called a mark in the previous move, and thus they remain on 1-3, which just isn't good enough, Alan, in this level in senior football. You're not going to be getting matches or points on the board with 1-3. Montbellew Moylough haven't exactly been firing on all cylinders either, but they've done enough.
No, Ollie, and I suppose going back to my own heyday, we always used to say if you kept a team below 10 points in a championship game, you're looking at a good return a day as a defending a team. Like, you know what I mean, Mountbellew have the 13, 14 points magic number when it comes to championship. A poor return for Caherlistrane, 1-3, and like over 58 minutes is just not, the quality is just not good enough there for to win a championship game.
Mountbellew looking to add to their tally. They've got about 90 seconds plus stoppages to do so, but both clubs have emptied the bench at this stage, so it's really a matter of playing out the last few minutes. And Mountbellew will be satisfied with their day's work. And as been mentioned, they can look forward to a final round game with Nevana Letchermore, which will most probably guarantee them second place in the group. Only the group winners will have direct entry into the quarterfinals of the championship. A little bit of a sore one there for Gerard Donoghue, who wasn't overly impressed with Liam Judge's proximity to him in that last challenge.
Additional time, at least 3 minutes. 3 minutes.
3 minutes to be added on. All of that is really a combination of the substitutions that have been taking place in the second half. And right now, I think if you were refereeing this match as a challenge game, you'd be blowing it up, because it's certainly ended as a contest. 2-7 for Mountbellew, 13 points, 1-3 for Caherlistrane is 6. And Mountbellew are the ones most likely looking to add to their tally as the shot comes out to the left-hand side and wide.
Yeah, that was young Kieran Mulhern again, who's had a very great game today, and he's been on an awful lot of ball. And with 60 minutes gone, the clock come up here now. Caherlistrane won't be happy with their day's return from a really good start. The ball being direct into the full forward line has absolutely just really dried up for them. Mountbellew has, Val got them into the dressing room at half time. So I'm sure he's spoken to him about that access. Caherlistrane were trying to get the ball into Liam Judge, but that has totally dried it up. I don't think Liam Judge has gotten the ball here roughly in the second half at all.
1, 2 to 3 points is the second half score for Mountbellew. Johnny McGrath trying to get his side, Caherlistrane, into a scoring position as well. But really all they can do is go for goal here. See what happens. Here's a ball dropped in around the house. Let's see who gets on the end of it. Touched off a Mountbellew man at the end. John Kelly, I think, got the touch. So it's going to be a 45. And at 45 will be to Caherlistrane. This will be one of the last actions of the game. We've played one of the 3 minutes to be added on. After that, we'll hear the full-time whistle from Frank Kinney. But Conor O'Shaughnessy, all he could do is drop this 45 in around the house. We haven't had any score in the last 12 minutes. O'Shaughnessy now just lining this one up. Chips it beautifully in around the house, but just to the left-hand side and wide. And that just pretty much sums up Caherlistrane's day. So who's impressed you from Mountbellew, Moylough and Caherlistrane, Alan, and who are you picking as man of the match?
From looking to the team there, I go down to the spine again, where Mountbellew have been very, very good with Billy Mannion, John Daly. Matthew Barrett midfield, he's gone off there for Mountbellew. And Barry McHugh, and I'm very impressed with Kieran Mulhern. And I suppose for Caherlistrane, Johnny McGrath has been to the forefront trying to get them forward as much as they can in the second half. And Stephen Lawless there, and Liam Judge in the first half, with Keneally there as well in the first half, and he's gone off in the second half. But I suppose you're looking at a man the match, you're looking at your forwards, as I say, that bit of touch of gravy up front, and looking at Barry McHugh as the man of the match for today's game. Like, when you look at a good save there, but you look for when the game was in the melting pot and Mountbellew needed a score, Barry, especially in the first half, stood up and scored 1-2 with it, and now he's finally finishing up with a 1-5 on the scoreboard. But just in relation to that, I think Kieran Mulhern was an awful hard luck in relation to that young fella from Mountbellew who was could have been up there with Barry for the man of the match.
Well, he's certainly a notable, and he can be very happy with his performance. As Alan was rounding up his man of the match nominations in the last attack, there was a brief moment for Mountbellew Moylough to try and get another score, but it was tamely dropped into Éanna Bain's hands. So looks like we'll be finishing as we have been since the 19th minute, with Mountbellew Moylough 2-7 to 1-3 to the good. We've played the 3 minutes. Referee looks at his watch. John Daly gathers the ball in the centre of the field, and that should just about be that for this senior football championship tie here in Tuam Stadium. Mountbellew Moylough led at half time by 1-5 to a goal. Did just about enough to always keep their noses in front, and in the end they will bring the curtain down on a victory in round 2 of the championship, which sees them get 2 points on the board. Never really in any doubt once Mountbellew got their second goal through Sean Kelly, the midfielder, 11 minutes into the second half. Far from county championship winning material that you could say, Alan, but in the early stage of the championship, all Mountbellew could do was come here and win. That's what they've done.
That's the big thing, Ali, for today. After getting beat, the two teams were beaten in the first round. It was very important for Mountbellew going forward in the championship that they got 2 points on the board, and they were looking, as I said, the battle of the black and amber now in the next round, facing Litchamore. Caherlistrane, unfortunately, have a daunting task ahead of them with possible prospects of county champions in Salthill in the next round. And they're possibly looking down the barrel of a relegation battle if possibly like so. Barry McCabe, Neil McHugh and Terry Delaney will have a big job in their hand to get the lads going again for the next round of the championship, and Val will be very happy with that game. Look, in the first half, Caherlistrane had plenty of opportunities, and they give Val fruit for thought going forward, but when often you find the team that are kind of less favourites, that they don't take them opportunities, it comes to bite them.
It did. Unfortunately, Caherlistrane had 3 gilt-edged goal opportunities in the first half. They only took 1 of them. The other 2, which included 1 coming back off the post and a 1-on-1 saved by Mountbellew goalkeeper Michael Foley. Ultimately, that was their chance, and when they didn't take them and trailed by 5 at the break, there was no way back in the second half when Mountbellew started the stronger and got that goal through Sean Kelly to give them a 2-7 to 1-1 lead, and they never really let back into it after that. Mountbellew didn't score in the last 20 minutes of the game, but didn't have to, and in the end they've cantered over the line for their first 2 points of the Galway Senior Football Championship. So that's it from Tuam for the first game of 2 here this evening. It's finished in a victory. The final scoreline, my thanks to Alan Kane. Mountbellew Moylough 2-7, Caherlistrane 1-3. Thanks for watching.
QFinancial.ie got the price and it buys for me.
Pension auto-enrolment will soon be introduced. This means that all full-time workers over the age of 23 earning more than €20,000 per year must contribute to a pension, and employers must contribute. What are those pension entitlements, and is there independent advice available? The Q Financial Pension Team are experienced in advising both employees and employers of the positive and affordable options available for your situation. Call 091 421 900 or log on to qfinancial.ie.
Q Financial, qfinancial.ie.
Based in Clare, Galway, OMA Financial Services Limited, trading as qfinancial.ie, is an authorised independent pension intermediary regulated by the Central Bank of Ireland.
We redefine your relationship with energy, save you money, and get you on the path to a cleaner, greener future. JFW Renewables, your nationwide solar energy specialists. Call us today for a greener tomorrow.
Within 80 yards of space here, and here comes the first kick from Billy Mannion.
First shot from Billy.
Great score there by the fullback, took him forward there. Great score.
Yeah, and he's going to have to
kick it out into the pocket there outside the 45. So, here we go with Ball into Liam
Oh,
Judge.
beautiful
Good
pick up.
hands, good
Lovely
hands.
play
Here we
from
go.
Judge. Let's get across an opportunity now. Caherlistrane into the back of the net. What a finish. A beautiful strike from Ronan Keneally into space, and there he is again. It's the same move.
Wow.
In on goal, an opportunity now for Caherlistrane. Is it another goal? The shot brilliantly
Oh, great
saved.
save. Great
The
save.
afterburners.
Has
McGrath's going
here.
straight through.
Now
What a
here we
pass
go
to
again.
Keneally. Can he get a goal? Keneally off the post. Back to McGrath, who misses the rebound, and it's
Goals to 2 points at this stage. Here we go. McHugh.
McHugh drops it in around the house. It's a goal. And at the
Yeah,
other
good
end,
stuff.
we have a 6-point swing. Well, you might lock a ball dropped in around the square. Barry McHugh. And now at the other end, a chance for Mountbellew to get another scored up and over the bar. It's back to Barry McHugh. Should be a score. Barry curls it around over the bar, no problem. Super strike from Barry McHugh. The second point of the game. So he's going to strike this. I'll put a big curl on it from right to left. Outside the right. It's absolutely magnificent kick. As Barry McHugh drives it up and over.
As a sweeper. So here's going to be the first shot of the second half from Barry McHugh.
Barry drops it in
Yeah,
and over
great
the
score,
bar.
Barry.
Super strike. Barry McHugh need a converted try right now to get back into this. Here's a shot from outside of the right, and there it is. The opening point for Caherlistrane. Looked to be a pretty obvious decision for the foul on Foley. James Foley, that is foul. Lovely play by Barry McHugh. And now here's a chance as Mountbellew have 2 men over. It's into Kelly, the midfielder, into the back of the net from Sean Kelly, and that should surely be that. Good football from Caherlistrane. Bursting through, could be a shot at the post. It drops up and over the bar. Excellent work. Johnny McGrath puts the head down. Johnny got a man on the shoulder.
Here we go.
Out it goes. Is there a shot? Off the crossbar and over the bar. In the end. Puts it inside. The shot from distance.
Great score by Shaughnessy there,
Over the
yeah.
bar. There's it. They will bring the curtain down on a victory in round 2 of the championship, which sees them get 2 points on the board. Never really in any doubt once Mountbellew got their second goal through Sean Kelly, the midfielder, 11 minutes into the second half. Far from